Disney presents from Frontierland, Zorro, Old Acquaintance, starring Guy Williams. Guest star, Ricardo Montalban.
Zorro is Diego de la Vega. See for yourself.
I told you no tricks.
But he's there. See for yourself.
And now, your Disneyland host, Walt Disney.
For a test of skill and the method of settling arguments, we've made a lot of progress since these were commonplace. But I'm not sure we've made too much improvement. Two men could meet and settle with each other and didn't necessarily have to bury the loser. The program you're about to see takes you back to the colorful days of Spanish California. You will again meet Zorro, the bold, dashing caballero, fighting to preserve a glorious way of life. For this was the golden era of California history. Travelers could stay at the missions, located a day's ride apart. There was never any charge for board and bed, and the no vacancy sign hadn't yet been invented. Cattle were raised by the thousands for tallow and for hides, and there just weren't enough people in California to eat all of the steaks and pot roasts. They were yours for the asking. But there's always somebody who shows up and wants to spoil a good thing, as you're about to see on our program titled Old Acquaintance.
Payday! 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 What is the reason for our celebrating? Payday! What are we always eagerly awaiting? Payday! What is the day each soldier in the army is a hero? What is the day that fills our hearts with joy? Payday! 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 Every soldier's feeling fine, 'cause it's payday today. We'll have pesos for the wine, 'cause it's payday today. Now we don't have to beg or borrow, we're sure to be broke tomorrow, but ole, it's payday today. All the senoritas sigh, 'cause it's payday today. And they're giving us all the eye, 'cause it's payday today. They will help us drown our sorrow and forget who we are tomorrow, but ole, it's payday today. Ole! All the senoritas sigh, 'cause it's payday today. And they're giving us all the eye, 'cause it's payday today. They will help us drown our sorrow and forget who we are tomorrow. But ole, it's payday today. Ole! Cause it's payday today, and they're giving us all the eye, cause it's payday today. They will help us drown our sorrow and forget who we are tomorrow, but hooray, it's payday today, hooray!
Gracias, señorita.
Thank you, senor.
Well, payday calls for a celebration, eh, Sergeant?
No, it will, senor. At the moment, we are only preparing.
Oh.
But tonight, when our pay arrives from San Diego... Oh, your pardon, senor, but you are a stranger to Los Angeles.
Si.
Well, permit me to introduce myself. I am Sergeant Demetrio Lopez Garcia, acting comandante of the people of Los Angeles and soldier of the King of Spain.
Ramon Castillo, your servant, Sergeant.
Ah, Senor Castillo. Sit down, sit down.
Gracias, gracias.
It is my duty to ask what brings you to Los Angeles.
That's a long story, Sergeant. And best told over refreshments. Will you join me?
Refreshed? Gracias, senor.
Señorita, two, please. Well, you were saying that your money arrives this evening, Sergeant?
See, 6 months' pay for every man.
Oh.
But now, senor, my question.
To payday for everyone.
To payday.
Salud. Two, please.
Two?
Mm-hmm. One is for my friend, Sergeant Garcia. He informs me that the payroll, which arrives on the 10 o'clock coach, will be almost 5,000 pesos.
Hey, Chihuahua. Are the soldiers going to ride out to meet the coach?
Well, I don't know. But I think someone should, don't you?
Oh, yes. It's so lonely there.
Gracias.
What is it?
You, wait! Bernardo, of all places. Of course. Diego lives here, doesn't he, huh? Huh? What? You understand what I'm saying. Don't. Where is Diego, huh? I said, where is he?
One moment, senor. My servant neither hears nor speaks.
Your servant?
My son's.
Oh, then you must be Don Alejandro, Diego's father.
I am.
Permit me, Don Alejandro. I am Ramon Castillo, an old friend of your son's from Spain.
Oh, well, welcome to Los Angeles, Senor Castillo.
Gracias.
I'm sure Diego will be very happy to see you.
I would like to see him, too.
He is at the hacienda.
Oh, where is that, sir?
I'm ready to return home now. I will take you there if you wish.
My friend and I would be very grateful.
Senor, you also are most welcome. Will you follow us?
Our horses are over there.
About the 5,000 pesos.
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Oh, you have a beautiful place, Don Alejandro. Beautiful.
Gracias, Senor Castillo. Diego will be very disappointed when he learns you cannot spend at least one night here.
Oh, unfortunately, we're just passing through.
See.
Oh, that's too bad. Now, if you will follow me, I will show you where you can watch before supper.
Gracias.
I don't like it.
What?
This silly business here.
This is more important than the Army payroll?
Well, we can wait here just as easily. If we leave by 9 o'clock, we'll have plenty of time to stop the coach.
What is there here that is so special?
Diego de la Vega. The only man who ever beat me with a sword. He was the one who took the Royal Competitive Trophy from me and then left Spain without giving me a chance to win it back.
Ramon, he beat you to win it. He could have beaten you to keep it.
I have learned a few things in those days. I just want to see if he has.
Look, remember there are 5,000 pesos involved.
Of all the people I know, Ramon Castillo is the last man I ever wanted to see in Los Angeles. He seemed a very charming man.
Oh, he's charming enough. He lives by it.
And he said you were friends.
Rivals is more the word. We opposed each other on the fencing team in Spain.
He knows you're an excellent swordsman.
He should. I beat him for the trophy.
If he should tell anyone that you can fence, the secret of Zorro is over. I'll ask him to leave immediately.
One moment, Father. He is my friend. Allow me the pleasure of asking him to leave.
Diego. It was my mistake. Allow me to ask the other one.
Bravo. All right. Let's see if you remember. I'm gone. We're just about to ask our friends to leave.
You want them to stay?
Why?
What did you hear?
Perhaps it is better if you go back to Los Angeles and keep your eyes open, hmm?
Thank you. Let us do nothing to endanger those 5,000 pesos.
I will join you at the tavern after a pleasant afternoon with my dear friend Diego.
Ramon, what if he will not fight?
He will. He always has. You see, I have an uncommon talent that makes men of honor want to fight.
Well, just don't waste too much time playing games. Remember, there are pesos involved.
Marcos, my friend, if you could relax, you would find out that there are more important things in this world than money.
Of course there are. It just takes a lot of money to buy them.
I will leave this place before 9 o'clock. Don't worry. Go, go.
Ramon. I could hardly believe my ears when my father told me. Come in, come in. Sit down, sit down.
Gracias, Diego. Yes.
Now, what is all this nonsense that you cannot stay?
It's true, I am on my way to South America. Very important business.
Ramon, I insist that you and your friends spend at least one night.
It has already become necessary for Marcos to return to Los Angeles.
Well, send for him. You and I have much to discuss.
Old times, for instance?
Yes. Also, what you've been doing, where you've been, all those things.
Well, I've been traveling about the world. I've been meeting new people, making new friends, learning new things. By the way, I don't see the Royal Competitive Trophy or any of your other fencing souvenirs.
Ramon, I've put all that behind me. It's all part of the past.
Oh.
You know something? I'm not even sure I know how to handle one of those things anymore.
Let's find out, shall we?
Before supper.
I told you, I can't stay for supper.
We're having it early tonight. Someone else will be joining us. Senorita.
Beautiful?
Beautiful and charming. You know, I would say that Isabel is one of the most charming women in all California.
You say, supper will be early.
She must be home by 9 o'clock.
I must leave before 9 also.
We will arrange it.
Or perhaps the senorita and I can leave together.
Ramon. That's something you're going to have to arrange yourself.
Oh, that I will.
Salud.
After you and I discover how much you remember about one of these. Salud.
Salud.
Once I stood high in the Pyrenees with a great cloud around me. I reached out and I moved it about. And I thought to myself, never again will I touch anything so delicate or so graceful. I was wrong.
You should have Ramon teach you some of these phrases, Diego.
And there may be a few other things I can teach you. Diego and I are going to present a little entertainment for you in the patio.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh, there'll be plenty of time for that later.
This clock has stopped.
How do you suppose that got in there?
I wonder. There must be another clock in this house. I have to be in town by 9 o'clock.
Well, it's only a little after 8 by my watch.
May I see it?
There'll be plenty of time for the fencing exhibition. I'll get the swords.
Fencing? Diego, are you out of your mind?
Well, not yet, but I'm afraid I'm being driven there.
Are they really going through with this?
So it would seem.
Isabella, will you give the signal to begin?
No, I will have no part of this.
That's the clock at the mission. At the last stroke?
Agreed. 4, 5,
Raymond,
6,
please, Diego doesn't know how to
7,
fence.
8,
Raymond!
9. What did you say?
10!
10. 10? Oh. Forgive me, my dear. Some other time, huh?
But...
Oh, I'm sorry, Don Alejandro, but I was to be in town an hour ago.
Ramon! Ramon! I thought you wanted to fence. I consider myself the victor by default.
Well, you should consider yourself lucky that he left.
Well, as a matter of fact, I do, because now I can take you home alone.
Buenas noches.
I am sure Sergeant Garcia will have the payroll safe in his office by the time Castillo gets into town.
You mean the money's not going to be distributed tonight?
No, tomorrow. Some regulation or other. The money is safe. Castillo would not dare to try to rob the cartel.
Wouldn't he? Come on.
Soldiers feeling fine, cause it's payday today. We'll have pesos for the wine, cause it's payday today. Lugo, Manuel, Jose, Ricardo, two for me.
The coins will present less of a problem if you place them all in this, Sergeant.
Gracias, senor. Oh, no. Please, senor, it's not the payroll. We always spend it right away at the tavern, so why not wait and come back tomorrow and rob it? Terribly sorry, senor, but there will be other paydays.
Buenas noches, Sergeant. And, gracias.
¡Ay! One moment, senor.
Castilla, let us out!
Let's get out of here! Hey, loco!
I believe now would be a good time for you to leave Los Angeles, senor.
What's going on out there?
Hit me in! After him! After him! Oh! After him! After him! Come on.
Did the soldiers get Zorro?
Zorro? That was Diego de la Vega.
Oh, no, not again!
Oh, Sergeant!
The money!
Ramon, my friend, there is a boat that leaves San Pedro at midnight tonight.
Oh?
It goes to South America.
That's very interesting.
Well, it's better than riding horses all the way. Why don't we go there now and just wait for it, eh?
Oh, what's the matter? Don't you like it here?
I like it fine. The girls are beautiful. What if somebody finds out that it was us at the quartel last night? Look, when we didn't get that army payroll, we should have kept right on going.
And have Diego de la Vega think that he's driven me out of Los Angeles? No.
It was Zorro.
Diego de la Vega is Zorro.
You don't know that.
I don't know.
No.
The only man in the world who was ever able to disarm me is Diego de la Vega. And last night, Zorro did it.
It's a big world, Ramon. There could be other swordsmen.
All right, then answer this. In Spain, he was fencing champion at the university, and now he pretends not to know one end of the sword from another. Why, huh? Why? His mute servant, Bernardo, who could hear in Spain, is deaf in Los Angeles. Why?
I don't know.
Because Diego de la Vega is Zorro. There is no other explanation.
All right. Let's assume that you're right. We can't wait around here to prove it. It isn't worth the risk.
It is to me.
Well, not to me.
Suppose I were to tell you that by midnight tonight, I can destroy Zorro. And make us both rich. Would that interest you?
Rich? Tell me.
Senorita Linares, to your beauty and your good health.
Gracias, Sergeant.
Isabel?
Ramon?
Diego? Ah, my dear Sergeant.
Senor Castillo.
I thought you'd be well on your way to South America by now.
Well, whatever gave you that idea?
Please, don't sit down. Sergeant Castillo was just telling us about the two bandidos that tried to steal the payroll last night.
Oh.
Now, Sergeant, I realize that they hid their faces, but perhaps there's some other means of identifying them. For instance, were either of them my height or Ramon's?
Well,
Is it true that Zorro was there also last night, Sergeant?
See, he was. But he got away, too.
I've never seen Zorro. What does he look like, Sergeant? Is he my height or Diego's height?
Well, I think Zorro is more,
They tell me that he wears a mustache, Sergeant. Now, how does his mustache compare to, let's say, Diego's?
Zorro does not have a mustache. Or does he? Please, senores, you are confusing me. Let us discuss one bandito at a time.
No, let us not discuss banditos. It is too nice a day.
Forgive us, senorita.
You are forgiven, Sergeant. Shall we continue our ride, Diego?
Nothing would give me greater pleasure.
Will I see you again, Ramon?
I'm afraid that Ramon has interests in South America that demand his immediate attention.
Oh?
Something in Los Angeles interests me more, Diego.
Well, for that, Ramon, you may walk me to my horse.
Oh.
Adios, don Diego.
Oh. Gracias.
Is this your horse?
Yes, it is.
Huh. Somehow I had the feeling it would be black.
Huh? No.
Get ready for business. Sergeant Garcia.
Ah, Senor Castillo.
Much as I dislike doing this, I feel obligated to tell you something.
Tell me what?
Well, it's very important. It's a secret.
A secret? Huh.
Diego de la Vega is Zorro.
Diego de la Vega is Zorro. That is the funniest thing I've ever heard. Senor Pacheco, everyone, come here.
What is it, Sergeant?
Senor Castillo says... He says... No, I'm sorry, I cannot. Would you mind repeating that, please?
Not at all. I was just informing Sergeant Garcia that Don Diego de la Vega is Zorro.
Oh, senor, you are making a big joke, no?
No, I'm serious.
Senor, of all the men in Los Angeles, it could be Zorro. It is 100 to 1, it is not Don Diego.
See, 1,000 to 1, 1,000,000 to 1.
Well, now, let's be reasonable, gentlemen. I accept, or I will accept, 20 to 1.
Let me understand. You are willing to bet money that Don Diego is Zorro?
That's right.
Is he joking again, Sergeant?
If he is, it is going to cost him. Senor Castillo, I will bet you all I have left of my pay.
I accept. Marcos has our money. And we can let the innkeeper hold the stakes.
See!
Now, once more so that everything is clear. Tonight, at 11 o'clock, you and your men will surround the tavern. When you're all in position, Marcos and I will pretend to rob the innkeeper.
Then Zorro will appear and try to stop you, and I will capture him, eh?
For your trouble, you may keep the reward money. I will be satisfied with the wager money that the innkeeper has.
Oh, it remains to be seen who gets that money, senor.
So it does, Sergeant. So it does. Bueno, adios, huh?
Adios.
Sergeant, all of the soldiers in the barracks have put up money because you told them Don Diego was not Zorro. You had better be right.
Of course I am right. Of course I am. Don Diego, Zorro.
Sergeant, come in. What a surprise.
Gracias, Don Diego. Gracias. Nice day.
Sergeant.
Yes, Don Diego?
You seem to be troubled.
Oh, no trouble, Don Diego. I just happened to be passing by. I was out for a ride. It is such a nice day.
Yes, it is.
The sun is hot, though.
Very.
For this time of year, that is.
True.
Don Diego, are you Zorro?
What did you ask?
Are you Zorro?
Sergeant, that sun must be hotter than I think it is. Sit down, sit down.
Don Diego,
I'll get you some chilled wine, and when you feel better, you can tell me all about it.
See, Don Diego.
It'll be a good joke, eh, Sergeant?
Oh, see, Don Diego.
Remember now, not one word to Ramon, eh?
Oh, no.
Good. I'll see you tonight, then, eh?
Gracias, Don Diego. Hasta la vista.
Hasta la vista.
You heard? Yes, and you certainly made Sergeant Garcia very happy. I wonder if your friend Ramon will be just as pleased after he has waited in vain for Zorro.
If he waits.
What do you mean?
Remember, he'll do his waiting in the same room with all that money.
My men are all in position, Don Diego. We have the tavern completely surrounded.
Sergeant, what a moment this is.
See, and even if Zorro escapes, I still win the bet, because you will be standing beside me for everyone to see.
You know, it's a great moment for me, too. Well, I'll be able to clear my name once and for all, and at the same time, fulfill a secret ambition of mine.
What ambition, Don Diego?
You won't laugh. Well, Sergeant, I've always wished that someday you and I could stand shoulder to shoulder in battle.
Battle, Don Diego?
Well, Zorro will not give up without a fight.
Oh, that is true.
Oh, Sergeant, I can see it now. There he is.
Where?
He comes at us. We draw our swords. I'm sorry, Sergeant. I didn't have a good grip on it. We stand shoulder to shoulder. On guard, Zorro. Just a little nick, Sergeant.
Don Diego, it might be better if you were not at my side. Perhaps just a little behind?
Protecting you from a surprise attack. Excellent idea, Sergeant. I'll pay for it, Sergeant. I just need a little room, that's all.
You do not know what this means to him, Sergeant.
I know what it will mean to me, Don Alejandro. Don Diego, would you mind putting the sword away for the moment, please?
Well, all right, Sergeant. Just for the moment, though. Because you would have to lock me up to keep me away from this one. Yes, sir, Sergeant. You would have to lock me up.
Don Diego, have you seen my living quarters?
Not lately, Sergeant.
Let me show them to you. I've had one of the walls whitewashed.
Oh, in that case. After you, Sergeant.
Gracias, Don Diego. Oh, no, after you, Don Diego.
Open the door. Sergeant, what does this mean? Open the door.
Please, allow me to explain, Don Alejandro.
I understand perfectly, Sergeant. Shall we take our positions?
See.
We must fight Zorro together.
Bernardo!
What time's the robbery? It should be happening now. Psst! Get down!
You know, it's very hard to fool Zorro. You have to make it look real.
I understand.
I think maybe you better tie it a little bit tighter. I see. That's tight enough.
Oh, I know. Why don't I steal a bottle of wine, eh?
But, senor, you...
Oh, no. Just to make it look more real, eh?
If Zorro doesn't show up soon, we're gonna lose that ship.
Oh, if you have to catch a ship, senores, perhaps you should leave now. You have already lost the bet.
What do you mean?
Oh, Don Diego is not Zorro. He is outside with Sergeant Garcia.
Well, if Don Diego is outside with Sergeant Garcia, then Zorro will not appear.
Very well, senor. We will wait and see.
No, we can't wait. If we do, we lose the ship. It's bad enough we lost the army payroll because of that.
You are the bandidos.
I did it.
You did.
Sergeant!
Oh, get the money.
See.
Patience, my friend. Patience. We will send the sergeant in, and you can tell him all about it.
Hey, you know, there's more money in the bet than there was in the payroll. Ah!
Oh, be quiet, Marcos.
I think Marcos will be quiet now.
Zorro.
Lancers! Oh, wait, Sergeant. You must spoil the plan. Wait, Lancers.
Keep him here.
Open! Open in the name of the king!
I'll get you for this, De La Vega.
No tricks now, senor.
Zorro is Diego de la Vega. Look behind you. See for yourself.
I told you no tricks.
But he's there. See for yourself.
No tricks.
No. I locked the door myself. The window is barred. He could not possibly escape.
Go ahead, Sergeant. Open the door. Diego de la Vega is not there. He is Zorro. We win the bet.
The money will do you no good in prison, Senor Castillo.
No, but it will be most comforting.
You can't send us to prison for taking our own money. And we've won it fair and square. Go ahead. See for yourself.
Don Diego, come out and show Senor Castillo that you are not Zorro.
Sergeant.
Don Diego. Please.
Sergeant, I may never speak to you again.
I may never speak to you again.
It's a trick.
Sure.
It's a trick! Diego de la Vega is Zorro!
Lancers, take them away. Sure, you were gonna make me rich, eh?
I saw it with my own eyes. Do you doubt my word?
6,000 pesos right from my head.
Only that's all you think about. What about honor?
Poor losers, eh, Sergeant?
See, Don Alejandro. But the important thing is, they are the losers. And I know who is the winners. Lugo's bet. Jose's bet.
Buenas noches, Sergeant.
And there's Manuel. Ricardo. And me.